So the thing about lumpia is that it's actually really easy to make. It's just very time consuming, so that's why a lot of people don't like to do it. I've got about 3 pounds of beef here because, let's see, today's Monday. Thanksgiving is on Thursday. I want to make enough for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's, and maybe for a little bit of snacking in between. Now that's probably just going to be enough for me and my family. So if you're going to have a big party with a lot of people, you might want to double that amount. 3 pounds, I could probably stretch it out to about 200 lumpias, but we'll see. So this is everything that you need. We have carrots, so I usually do 1 carrot per pound of meat. Onions, now for 1 pound I usually do half an onion, so I have 1.5 here, and a whole head of garlic? No, not head. Clove? No. Cluster? A whole thing of garlic. Lumpia wrappers. So I like to get the square ones because they're more durable, they're a little bit thicker, they're more flexible, so that when you separate them, they won't tear as easily as the round ones will. The round ones that you see in the freezer section at your Oriental market are very like paper thin and very, very difficult to separate. I was glad when these started popping up in the stores because I remember as a kid ruining so many round wrappers, separating them. So then we have some soy sauce and some oyster sauce, and this will give us enough saltiness so that you don't need to really add salt. And one more thing I forgot to put in here was pepper. You're going to want to put a little bit of pepper in your lumpia mix. So I'm just going to start by chopping up the vegetables into pretty big pieces, sticking them in the food processor here, and then we'll mix all the meat together. So now I'm just going to work on mixing everything together, and your hands are best for this. I personally hate this part because I don't like touching raw meat. But it does mix best when you use your hands. Actually, I've never even done it any other way, so I wouldn't know any alternatives to hands. I like to do about 3 tablespoons per pound of meat. So start with first pound here. 1, 2, 3. So let's do 3 tablespoons. So 1 tablespoon per pound. Just adding some pepper. That looks pretty good. Now we're ready to separate the wrappers. Here I have a damp cloth, and you're going to want to put your peeled wrappers under a damp cloth because they will dry out. So just keep them in there, and if you feel that the towel is starting to get a little dry, then just rinse it under some water again and wring it out. So I'm going to take big chunks of the wrappers. Can't decide which side one's from. And I'm going to cut from corner to corner. So you're just going to peel gently. I like to start from the corners and just peel it off gently. And these are so easy, like I said. Then the old circle ones, they're so difficult to peel, but these are easy because they're so elastic-like and they're very durable. Make sure that you're peeling all of the layers because sometimes it can look like one, but really it's two. So just keep doing that. And I don't suggest opening up your other package until you need to. Alright, I finished my wrappers, so they're all nice in their little moist towel. This is what we're going to use to seal the egg rolls with. It's just egg white, and I beat it a little bit. The reason why I don't like the yolk in there is because when you deep fry it, the yolk turns black and it looks really not pretty. So that's why I used egg whites instead. Okay, so here's the basic wrapping. So we'll take one wrapper and a little bit of meat. I always gauge it by my middle finger, so you want it to be about the length and width of a middle finger. Just like that. One corner over, the other over. Roll it. A little bit of egg white there, and you're done. So about a half hour has passed by, and this is 50 lumpias that I've wrapped. You can see in the bowl how much meat is still left. So that's just to give you an idea of how long it would take you to really wrap 200 lumpias. So it is very time consuming, and everybody will love you if you're the one who makes the lumpia at the parties. So I'm going to take a break from wrapping for a while. So I've got my 50 here in a freezer bag. I'm just going to store these in the freezer. I'm going to put saran wrap over the meat and stick it in the fridge. The cool thing about lumpia is they can go straight from the freezer into the fryer. So it's very convenient. It's slim, so it's easy to store. And you can make as much as you want. I only make lumpia once a year for the holidays, but I make enough to where we have enough for every holiday and snacking as well. Okay, these are sitting in oil at medium-high heat. They've been in here for about 6 minutes, and you want to take them out when they're nice golden brown. So, I mean, this is fine, but I like to go a little bit darker. The reason why I have it on medium-high and not high is because you want to make sure that the meat is cooked all the way, but at the same time you don't want to burn the wrapper on the outside. So that's why I have it at medium-high. So we'll go on and pull this one out and set it in a bowl with a strainer. And then you're going to want to open it up, but we'll wait till it cools off. Just open it up to make sure that the meat is cooked first. That way you know if the others need a longer time. So now I'm going to show you guys how to make the sausawan, which is just the dipping sauce for the lumpia. I have in the bowl some crushed garlic. I'm going to add some soy sauce. Then I'm going to add some vinegar, and it's just plain white distilled vinegar. I usually like to do half and half. I like my sausawan a little bit sour on the vinegary side. Add some pepper, mix it around. Take your lumpia, dip it in there. Hot. Sorry, I burned my tongue there. So the lumpia is cooked, sausawan's ready, and I can just eat. So I hope you liked my tutorial. Thanks for looking, and let me know if you tried to make lumpia for the first time. I'd really like to hear some feedback and if I did a good job. So happy holidays to everyone. Hope you all have a great Thanksgiving and whatever kind of Christmas holiday you celebrate. I hope you have fun with that too. Bye!